This one for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
Would I ever go to Vegas with the Kino boys for a live stream event? It's this simple. Number one, I can't go anywhere. If I were to go anywhere, I would, okay. There's factors involved, okay? Number one, if it's just me going, okay, then that means Kat's left behind to take care of everything here by herself. I don't think that's very fair. For me to go to Vegas and have fun with these guys, even if it means making content that makes money, for me to go on a trip like that, but then she has to stay behind, would be pretty messed up. Now you might say, well, why don't you take her with you? Well, because we have a family. We have a cat. A cat who very much hates other humans and is deathly afraid of them. Jasper Kitty is scared of other humans. Every single time that we've had another person come into the house, he runs for the hills and goes under the bed and won't come out until the person is gone. He's actually that afraid. And we're talking just normal stuff. When the guy came to install the ceiling fans, gone. We have a guy who comes here to do a quick maintenance job every like 6 months. I know this, it's kind of a weird thing where our condo association has an insurance policy where as long as we have someone come and clean our dryer ducts every 6 months, I think we get some kind of like a group discount on the insurance policy or something like that. I'm not sure exactly how it works. But yeah, in regards to that, even when that guy shows up, he takes off and hides, you know? So let's say, for example, we go on a trip and we say, we're going to go to Vegas for a week. What are we going to do with Jasper? Put him up and board? Guess what? I think it would traumatize him.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a fucking idiot.
Like, no lie, I think it would legit traumatize him. And he would be messed up for the rest of his life because he's never known to be away from us. And he's not the kind of cat that sadly wants to deal with other humans. He'd be all messed up from it.
Just when I think you've said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
Right? So I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to put him through that. And, you know, I kind of knew we were getting into that when we got the Jasper, that it's the same as if you're bringing anything else into your life, whether it's a creature or a human or whatever. You got to treat them like they're a member of your family. And I'm not going to put him through torture, and I'm not going to get him, you know, all messed up in the head because we want to have a good time. So would we like to eventually go on a vacation somewhere? And by the way, if we go on a vacation, it ain't going to be Vegas. We want to do something. We're going to go somewhere nice that's relaxing, that we can unplug from the hustle and bustle of the modern life and internet. Maybe go out to the mountains and spend a week in a nice cabin lodge where we can have good food and cozy up and, you know, listen to some music and sit in front of a fireplace and do something nice like that. We don't want to go somewhere it's a tourist trap, shitty place where you drop tons of money and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're thinking about it, you know, in that regard, but we're just not willing to do it with Jasper Kitty. It's too much of a thing. It is. It's just too much of a concern, right? Is that we would be hurting our family member for personal stuff.
This guy is fucking stupid.
And it's just not worth it, you know. Could potentially we do like a staycation where we go for a day or two somewhere? That we could probably do, you know. Leaving him all alone for a day probably isn't that big of a deal. But as long as we leave him enough food and water and everything, and, you know, lights are on, heat's on and everything. But more than like a day, I'm not going to do that to him. And everyone laughs, oh, haha, yeah, whatever. You can make fun of us, but we love our pet, and we're not going to treat him and mistreat him in a way for personal stuff. We're just not, okay? Again, Drew Corporation says, why don't you have a caretaker stop by and change the food and stuff? That has nothing to do with it. If we're not here, it will mess him up. To have a stranger come in the house and be filling his food bowl and changing stuff out and doing that, and we're not here when we've been here for his whole life with us here for many years is going to be traumatic. You understand? It would be one thing if he was the kind of cat that was not so social, right? If he's the kind of cat that he likes to keep to himself, but then every once in a while he comes by and wants pets. A lot of cats are like that. I think they're called a blue personality. There's 3 kind of cats. There's like pink, blue, and green. The blue personality is independent, likes humans, will come by and spend time with you, but then also goes off and does their own thing. Jasper literally doesn't do that. All right. At every moment, he wants to know where we are. He wants to be close to us. There's some days I'll be in the office, Cat will be downstairs. He'll sleep in the hallway because he wants to be equally close to both of us. He 100% is the most social kind of cat that there is. And again, some people don't get it, and I don't blame you, but it's not your place to get it. It's ours because we're his parents. Get it? We're his caretakers. So it's on us to do the right thing, not you. So it's none of your concern. It really isn't. And if you have a problem with it, tough shit, because it's our lives, not yours, and you can kiss my ass. You should respect others, desires of how they want to live their life and if they want to take care of their pets or not, so too bad. Maybe I'm too good of a pet parent. I don't know. But that's my decision to make, not yours. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. Okay. Oh, let's see here. I received a $2 tip. I really want to end the show. From Flatman again. He says, imagine someone demanding that you leave your cat alone that has trauma for being left alone or around strangers. That's wild. Yeah, like even on a day that we're out. Let's say we're out for a whole day. Because like, for example, last week, Kat and I had a day out. And we left probably around noonish. And we didn't get home until like maybe 9 p.m. All right. So is he destroyed because we're not home all day? No. Right. But that's because he knows we're coming home. Right. He knows that even when we're all gone for a day or whatever. Yeah. He comes home and he's like immediately runs downstairs because he's usually sleeping upstairs in the bedroom. Runs downstairs, starts meowing, starts rubbing us. So, happy to see us home. So lonely and was sad when we were gone. You know what I'm saying? And I know that Rare Trick says, no one cares about your vacation schedule. They're saying this to get your go. No, I know. And the thing is, I know, for example, on Kino Casino, they've talked about, oh, we should all go on a trip to Vegas together, or we should do this kind of we should travel and do this together or that. And, it's not in the cards right now. Maybe long term it would be, but first things first, Jasper comes first. And then after that, later on in our lives, we got to go on a honeymoon and do something, right? Because we never got that. We got married over 5 years ago, and we never got to do a damn thing. We've literally just been sitting around living our lives at home because we don't have opportunity to do anything right now. But previous, it was because we just couldn't afford it. Now it's like, well, kind of could afford it, but now we can't because we got ourselves in a life situation, right, where we just can't do it. And we never thought I would get to a financial place where we could do something. That's the truth, is like the way things were going so poorly for so long, we never thought that I would get to the point where I could go on a trip. I thought I would never afford it, so it was never even a thought. So let's get a cat and let's do this and that. And then, oh shit, now we kind of got ourselves stuck because of the choices we made. But now we're going to live with that. You understand? We're going to live with the responsibility of our choices. And then once things change in our lives later down the line, then we'll do stuff, right? My marriage is more important than a cat. You're right. And my marriage isn't going to end because we're not going on a trip. Again, my life, my concerns, not yours. It's only when people get nosy as fuck and think that they know better than me about my own life that things get into some kind of a situation where, oh, I can't believe it. No, just shut up and kiss my ass. It's none of your business. So fucking really, just kiss the butt cheeks and stop talking so much about me like you know anything. You don't know shit. It's actually quite disturbing that you think you know better than the person who's living the life, Well, no, we're not going to make Jasper a service animal. That's the other thing. Jasper hates traveling. When we put him into his carrier to take him to the vet, the moment he hits the car, he's meow, 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 crying in the carrier, meowing loudly because he's very, very upset and disturbed. He hates being outside the house. He's a homebody, and he's a social at-home cat with us. That's his life. That's the life he knows. That's the life he loves. That's the life he wants to live. And he has the right to live that life because we provided that for him. And to take that away would be completely unfair. So we're not going to do that.
You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube, but